Happy 2024 everyone, welcome back to Cook with Kev. This is another video from me. It's not what I was going to do. I was going to do a caramel apple upside down cake, but I haven't got eggs and baking paper. So I'm just going to vlog our tea for tonight. I'm doing chili with fresh guacamole and nachos and rice. So nothing exciting, but some people might not know how to do it. So we'll spin you around and we'll show what we need. So for this one guys, so if we start off with the guacamole, we've got half a red onion, because I had an omelette at lunchtime after the gym, so I got half left. Some large tomatoes, 2 avocados, some lemon juice and a fresh chilli, which I forgot to get out of the fridge. So I'll grab that in a second. Then for the chilli itself, it's just going to be a basic chilli. So I've got our 5% beef steak mince, mushrooms, red onion, Worcestershire sauce, cayenne pepper. I like to use these chopped chilies, tomato puree, paprika, lazy garlic, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, some red kidney beans, and then just some rice, some nachos, and obviously I'll put some cheese on there as well. So yeah, not too much going on here. So let's get all this prepped up and then we'll get on with the cooking. Right, so we're going to start by getting my favourite pan out. Turn the hob on. Medium to high heat. Just a little splash of oil. Not too much. You might have to get a new phone guys, because the picture quality on this one looks like it's starting to go. So I'll have a look at it later when I'm editing. So yeah, so I've just got that. Warm that up. Just going to get my wooden spatula. And then, right, that's on. So I'm just going to pop the onion in. Soften the onion up. For a few minutes before we add the mince. So we're going to soften this up, add the mince. I like to use my potato masher just to, if there's any clumps, get rid of the clumps. And then we'll start on with the next bit. Right, so I've just added the mince. The onions have sauteed off a little bit. So we're just going to cook this mince through. Get all the lumps out. Oh, the picture quality's come back now. This phone, this is Katie's old phone. I think it's a Samsung S20 or S21. I'm not sure which one it is. But yeah, the picture quality is going on it. So we're going to brown this off. Just going to add some salt and pepper. I like quite a bit of pepper. And that's some salt. That's the salt and pepper. We'll add a bit more later if needed. So we're just going to cook this through guys. It is quite early, it's about 4 o'clock at the moment, but I like to, once I've cooked it, I like to let mine simmer for about good 45 minutes to an hour. Ideally I'd make it the day before and then reheat it, because it tastes, the flavours of the chilies and that come through a lot better. So I'm going to put you on pause, I'm going to cook this through and then we'll get back to the mushrooms in a minute. Right, so now that mince is almost cooked through, I'm going to add my mushrooms. Let these cook through for about 3 to 4 minutes and then we'll start putting the spices in. Right, so there we go guys, that is done. So I'm going to get my spices and my chilies. So I like to go with about cayenne pepper, about half, not too much, because the kids don't like it overly spicy. So about half a teaspoon, teaspoon, isn't it? Half a teaspoon, not just yet that one, darling. And 1 teaspoon of the chopped chilies.
And then 1 teaspoon of that yucky stuff.
And then I like to put 2 teaspoons of paprika. This is normal paprika, that's just, I've done that one, darling. And then take a clean spoon. And then my lazy garlic. I like to use 2 teaspoons of lazy garlic. Done that one. And then we're just going to mix this in. Obviously we'll mix it in, let it infuse into the meat, and then we will try it later on. If it needs a little bit more, if I don't think it's got enough kick to it, we'll add a bit more later on. Some people add beef stock, I don't know why. I just prefer not to use beef stock. I like to just use the spices, but I do like to add a few drops of Worcestershire sauce. Another nice thing as well, you can get some chili chocolate. You can get it from most supermarkets. That's really nice as well.
Are you having chili chocolate yet?
No, not today, darling, because Daddy hasn't been and got any. I'm just using what's in the cupboard today. So we'll let this cook through, and then we'll be back to the next step. Right, so that's all infused now, guys. So I'm going to get my tomato puree. About 3 teaspoons. Obviously I'm not measured again, I'll just squirt it straight out the tube. Let that cook through so it's not so bitter. You saw them juices there, look, that's literally just... There's not that much came out. Most of that would have come out of the mushrooms because it was 5% steak mince, so...
It came out on fighting, guys, fighting for you.
Oh lovely, thanks darling.
And this yellow guy
So that is Sienna watching my phone.
This yellow guy won.
Then, kidney beans. I've already rinsed mine off. If you get the ones in the chili sauce, you don't need to rinse them off. But if they're the ones that are in the water like I had, I rinse them off.
Daddy,
There we go, just let that mix for a second.
I'll be back to it.
And now we're going to get our 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Like I said, I will go back to this later and try it if I feel like it needs a bit more spice. Right, so I've just added the chopped tomatoes. I thought you was on video, but it went off. But yeah, so I've added the chopped tomatoes. You can add, I just said, you can add some water. If you put it on simmer for a long time, I will add a splash of water to this, just so it doesn't dry up. And then all these beans and the mince and everything will get nice and soft, and the flavours will infuse inside it, making it beautiful. So we'll come back to you in a bit when we're making the guacamole. Right guys, so we are on to the guacamole. So I'm going to get my half a red onion first. This is such an easy, simple guacamole. Anyone can make it. You're going to quite finely dice everything, because obviously it's going to be a guacamole, so we'll do our best to dice it as fine as we can. Obviously I like a bit of crunch. Get rid of that in a bit, no one wants that. I'm going to pop it in this bowl. So it's just like that, look. Nice and finely diced. And then we're going to do probably 2 of these tomatoes. These are just lime vine tomatoes. So I'm just going to take 2 tomatoes, finely slice them as well, and then we get on to the avocados. So just take the tops off, no one wants them bits. Put it into 1/2 centimetre squares, like that. I might not even need 2 actually. I reckon 1.5 would be enough, because not everybody likes guacamole. I know I do, Kaylee does, Brooke does, I think Felicity does. but I'm not sure on the rest of them. A lot of them aren't keen with the avocado. So if they're not keen, I'm not going to force them to eat it. It's preference at the end of the day. We have the chili, nachos, a bit of rice if you want rice, and then a bit of sour cream. You can do a bit of salsa as well if you fancy a bit of salsa. Like I always say, guys, there's no preference to what you can have, what you can't have. Put whatever you want in. Like if there's stuff for the chili that you like that I've not put in, just add it. I always say, more vegetables the better. If you can hide more vegetables into a dish for kids, then the better, because I know there's quite a lot of kids that don't like certain vegetables and this and that. Like my kids, they won't touch mushrooms, a lot of them, but if you chop them small enough, put them in a chilli, they'll wolf the whole lot. And I always leave the skins on my mushrooms as well, as long as they look okay, because the skin is what's full of vitamin D. So there we go, tomato. Now I'm hoping the avocados are ripe enough. They're literally, it's so easy. Just add that. I'll get the chilli in a second as well, to add the chilli. Just go around the middle, twist and pull. Simple as that, guys. So not everyone I like avocado in guacamole, but I couldn't eat like avocado on toast or anything like that. Just get a teaspoon, put it underneath your stone, pop your stone out. Simple as that, guys. Apart from this one, don't want to come out. There we go. Then just get your bowl, get your avocado, go around the out. Try not to get too much of the green in, because the green is not quite ripe. Plock it in your bowl, and then we're just going to mash that together with a fork. Add a little bit of salt and pepper if needed. I probably won't, because I prefer no salt and pepper in my guacamole. Little sprig of lemon juice. Like I say, chili, lemon juice, guacamole, and then mash it all together. I'm just going to put you on pause whilst I get the chili. Well, I've just finely diced the chili and added that. I'm just going to add a little bit of lemon juice or lime, whichever one you prefer. Not much, just a little drizzle. I'm going to roughly chop this avocado because a couple of bits aren't as ripe as the other bits. Like one avocado was really ripe, and the other one wasn't that ripe. Sorry about that, guys. My camera went off again. I must have pressed them by accident. But that is my guacamole. Like I say, I like mine bitty. That will be lovely. I will put foil, cling film that now, put it in the fridge, use it within 2 hours because the avocado will go brown. You want to keep it for longer, put it in a air sealed tub. It will last a lot longer. If you don't like it bitty like I do, stick it in a food processor and it'll be nice and smooth. So I'm just going to wait for the chili, which is currently simmering there, and then we will plate up. Right, so there we go, guys. I've just plated one up, and that's my chili, rice, nachos, guacamole, a bit of sour cream. So that should be nice. There we go, guys. That is another vlog done. First one for 2024. The kids are all like just gathering into it now. So, right, I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to comment down below what you'd like next. I will do that caramel apple cake at some point when I've got some more eggs in that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.